this is yet another place where I would want to make a bit of an analogy with Flannery O'Connor's fiction. We tend in storytelling, and especially in the novel, to place character front and center, and therefore the transformation of character is what tells us what we're to understand. And so the way this often finds expression is the main protagonist needs to have an epiphany, a realization, as Aristotle describes in the Poetics, where suddenly the truth about his existence is made clear to him, and it's made clear to the audience through the protagonist. But there are great works of art, and I'm just giving one quick example from O'Connor, the short story Parker's Back, where the characters in O'Connor are too cartoonish for us to hang an entire psychology upon them. And so their realization pales in significance to the realization that the reader, in the case of the story, makes about the nature of reality through the somewhat cartoonish gestures of these characters.
Right. There's something
so
of
in
the
case
cosmic.
Of O'Connor, doesn't.
Go ahead.
What's that?
I was just going to say there's something of the cosmic perspective I think that we've lost in sort of like modern Catholicism. Maybe we're totally focused on the drama of the individual soul and the psyche
and conversion, right?
And but there is a value in itself, even if none of the characters in the story change. If the story shows you something that's true about reality,
and I see that happening here. I mean, clearly, Zampano is transformed at the end, and that's a signal to us that Gelsimina's life has done something. But I see it more as confirming for us in a visual way what we already see in Gelsimina's self-sacrificing love for Zampano.
Yeah.
That it's merely confirming that she was right, not because her kindness and love for Zampano was supposed to bear fruit in those tears, but merely that his tears, his remorse, and his returning to the same stretch, as it were, of shoreline where we first encounter her, that's just putting a subtle but objective stamp that the way Gelsomina comes to understand the world, which is the providential purposiveness of the pebble that the fool reveals to her, that this is true. Whether she dies, whether things ended happily, or as they do, in fact, tragically or pathetically, nonetheless, what the fool reveals to her about the purpose of every existent thing, that's true, regardless of whether anybody in the film fully understands it.